wanted to remind you really quickly to go check out my Etsy shop. And plus, I'm not only going to be selling my lip balms on Etsy.com anymore, I'm also going to be selling them on eBay. And on eBay, on top of selling my lip balms, I'm also going to be selling my college textbooks. It's the very exact same name as my Etsy shop, as my YouTube channel. It's Pink Ice 13. So help a girl out, because as you know, college textbooks are very pricey. I'm obviously going to be selling them for like a way cheaper price than what they are full priced. For both, it's international shipping, so wherever you are in the world, you could snatch yourself a college textbook or a Pink Ice 13 lip balm. The links will be in the description box down below. And I have currently 2 colors, and my lip balms are organic, they're vegetarian, and they pass the card melting test. And when I say they passed the card melting test, what I'm trying to say is I made my very first lip balm back in August 2019. And as like a little test, and every time I look at my lip balm in the car and like I use it, I'm like, girl, you made a lip balm that does not melt in people's hot cars, especially in the Florida weather. If you're from Florida, if you've ever been to Florida, you know how hot it is. So it would really mean the world to me if you checked out both my online shops on eBay and Etsy.com. If you hit that red subscribe button down below and you made it great, and hit that post notification bell button right next to it, so that way you'll get notified every time I upload, and give this video a huge thumbs up to show your support, and share this video and my shops with your friends and family, so that way we can make the Pink Ice family grow.
And today's video is going to be in collaboration with Gricelis Polanco. I will list her channel in the description box down below, so go check her channel out. She's also going to be doing the same exact video, just like me. Everybody has a different college experience, so go check her video out, so that way you get different perspectives. And I really suggest you checking her video out, because in comparison to me, like, she actually stays in a dorm, you know, so she's actually living the full college experience, and plus it's in a whole other state. I want to assume that like the curriculum and like how things work from state to state is obviously different, and I hope our experiences help you decide what's best for you. So I decided to be prepared for today's video, and then I went on the world of the interwebs, and then I looked up your most asked college questions. After hours and hours and hours, just kidding, probably like 30 minutes of searching the most asked college questions. Is that what I googled? Yeah. So I eventually hit a link. The website's called princetonreview.com, and the article name is 60 questions to ask in your college tour. And I picked out the 10 I feel like I could answer the best with the most like juicy information. I didn't want to pick questions that like I'd probably just respond to you in like 2 words and like not really go in depth, and then you're just like, wait, tell me more, I want to know more, and then I'm just like, I don't know more. Yeah. So first of all, I go to Valencia College. Boop. It used to be a community college. People still consider a community college, but it's not a community college. A couple of years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was, it stopped being considered like legally a community college, so now it's just a college. Okay. So question number 1, why did I choose this school?
So like I said, since I wrote a lot of information, I'm going to be probably pretty much reading off of this notebook.
My attending Valencia College happened for multiple reasons. Well, first of all, I have very strict parents, so I'm not allowed to move out. And if I did, I wouldn't have the support or a room to come back to during the breaks or summer semester. So that automatically meant my only option was Valencia. Valencia became my only option because I slacked off. Like, I've personally always had the interest in becoming a cosmetologist and getting certified in lashes, microblading, hair, skin, all that jazz. But it's not an option either with my parents. And if I probably had worked harder during high school, I could have maybe been attending the University of Central Florida, but not once did I ever pick up a sample college admission essay, or I'd find getting 1C, okay? So like once senior year hit, I kind of knew I wasn't the type of student to attend a 4-year college. So the fact that the only requirement Valencia has is being a high school graduate made me just enroll into Valencia and then finish my studies at UCF, because UCF has a program that's called Direct Connect with Valencia, where it's like once you get your AA in Valencia, you're automatically like approved admission into the University of Central Florida. But just because you're allowed to automatically enroll into UCF, that does not mean that you're automatically like allowed to enroll into a program. That's like a whole other application. So do good. Don't slack off in Valencia while getting your AA just because you think you're automatically gonna get into the program that you want to do a bachelor's in. Question number 2. Do I regret enrolling into Valencia and wish I had gone somewhere else? No, I actually don't regret it, and God knows why he placed me in Valencia. And if I was asked if you could switch your current college, I wouldn't because of debt. Because now that I'm in college and I actually don't have to pay a single cent thanks to FAFSA, but of course I still see how much each book and course costs. So I do realize that if I were to go to an out-of-state or private four-year college, I would have to take out loans or pay extra charges like dorms or meal plans. And out-of-state tuition costs almost about double just because I'm not like a resident, and I don't find that fair. But like, okay, because literally I only pay like 114 per credit, and like I'm not even paying for it because since I have enough FAFSA to be able to cover my whole Valencia degree, like I'm good, you know, like I'm gonna graduate with Valencia without a single cent in debt. And if I were to go to like a different school, FAFSA would probably only pay half of it, and like I don't want that. So question number 3, what's your favorite class? Introductory to Sociology, SYG 2000. I understand it's probably a different code because UCF and Valencia uses the same class course code most of the time. And I understand this is probably going to be way different for like a different school's code. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure like nationwide in the United States, it's probably pretty much the same materials. But it's my favorite course because it's very interesting to learn about different societies, communities, cultures, social problems, a society as a whole. You learn about individual cases such as Jeannie, the wild child. The class really opens your innocent mind. E=mc². And you learn about the unheard of. Like, you don't really hear about mercy killing on TV. I call this class my WTF class because every lesson, once we're done going through it, I'd always be like, wow, who would have thought? Everything is just so interesting that it makes you want to research more. For example, we watched the documentary Holy Hell on Netflix, highly suggest, and How to Die in Oregon in Tubi. Tubi is free, and I did not know that Vudu, you're allowed to watch movies for free. Like, it has like a free movie portion option. Check Vudu out. And like, I really suggest you to watch it so you somewhat see what type of information is taught in this surprising course.
By the way, guys, my AC broke. I'm dying of sweats right now because it's hot. I have no AC in my house. I just want to lay down like Patrick Star like this because I'm so sweaty.
Please, 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 I highly encourage you to take this WTF course because that's just how this course leaves you. At the end of every course, you're just like, WTF.
What? What did I just hear? Or what did I just read about? Or what did I just see?
Number 4. How big are your classes? Okay, so the average class size is 21, but I've had classes that are about 40 people, but not like over 40 people. But I think it's because as a freshman, you mainly take the more general courses everyone in general takes. And by your like 4th semester, I assume that's when you're taking more like electives that are related to your degree. And that's when like the courses start getting significantly smaller. Like there was this one time where I asked my oceanography professor if I could interview him really quickly, and he said sure. And since I only had time during one of his courses, I was so surprised to legit only see 7 students.
And it was for like one of his like more advanced science classes. It seemed like lab based. So like I want to assume that that course is taken specifically by people who want like a science degree, because they were doing like more experiments. And in my oceanography class, it was just more lecture based. We didn't really like do labs. He'd only just like pass stuff around the class to like touch it, but like we never worked with like chemicals or anything like that, since it is more of a general class. So these are for like people who truly want to be scientists. Oh my god, we should have more scientists, especially with what's going on during this time. I shouldn't even be talking because I'm not going to be a scientist, but people, if you would do science, please become a scientist. We need more scientists.
So what's a typical day like? Well, for my both semesters in college, I always had like the same schedule. I'd always choose to have 2 classes a day. I feel like 4 classes in one day is way too much because each class is about an hour and 15 minutes, and most courses are just simply lecture based. So after the first 30 minutes, you kind of start to doze off. So imagine if what's being taught isn't just as interesting in the day. So sitting for 5 hours straight back to back isn't the most appealing option. So since I live about 25 minutes away from my campus, let's say I park, and on Gia, you easily spend about like 5 minutes trying to find parking if you try to park up front. And depending however fast or slow you walk, I would take legit like about 7 minutes to get from my car to my class. But if you do have a back-to-back schedule, you do get like about 15-minute breaks in between courses, which is not bad at all. Like my last semester, I had back-to-back classes. So in those 15 minutes, I'd call a family member and I'd wait by the classroom, and then I'd just sit down when it was time. And if it wasn't a back-to-back course, then I'd just drive back home, because college is very different than high school. No one really goes to socialize. I mean, I guess it depends on who randomly sat next to you. But you can sit next to the biggest social butterfly, but professors don't play. They're very strict on the no phone policy or side convos, and call you out and kick you out. So all your socializing will be done after class, during your personal time. And it just depends on the person who sits next to you if they're down to socialize with you after class. Number 6, what kinds of things are there to do in your school's hometown? Okay, so I personally love this question because I love my city. And whether you're really interested in attending a school in Orlando or Miami, you don't really ever have to worry about being bored on the weekends. Like, Orlando is more family friendly with a hit of more adulty fun. But of course, Miami area is party, party, party in the beach clubs. But if you ask me, that's why I'd never switch Orlando, because we have every single theme park, a 4D movie theater, mini adventure parks like mini golfing, Wonderworks, a Ferris wheel. You could legit see the whole city Orlando from the very, very top of the wheel. But I do recognize my beautiful state has the worst public transportation ever. So if you are not in the capacities to own or have your own car to move around, it won't be quite easy, because buses here run every hour, very few every 30 minutes. The bus stops are very far away from each other. Like, right here's a stop, and then like the one like right here takes like 15 minutes walking to get to. And Ubers and taxis do be adding up, so that's like another waste that will just add up into your student loans. So in all honesty, I'm not from New York City, but if you're willing to pay out-of-state tuition, I really suggest New York City because of the convenient and cheap transportation. Of course, in the city, that's what I know of. France and Spain, if you actually plan on going to Europe to go to school over there, they actually have really good public transportation. I would say just like New York's super fast and like a lot of stops and stations. Yeah,
You should check out some Europe College students videos.
So question number 7, is there diversity on campus? Each school on their website should have this info available to you, and my school is predominantly Hispanic Latino with a 33%, then white follows with 26% and 60% Black or African American. So I'm obviously not going to say there's an equal balance, because there's not, but us Hispanics are friendly type social, so we're gonna make you feel at home. Don't be scared of us, we don't bite. But I think that the Hispanic population in college is high as opposed to for U university, because I did look this up for UCF. I know I did not get the exact numbers, but I do know that the white population is higher than the Hispanic Latino community population. But I think that mainly depends on our area, the Central Florida area, because Central Florida area is predominantly Puerto Rican. Like, they literally call like the area where I live Little Puerto Rico. So number 8. So I'm gonna be talking to you about the cons of attending a college as opposed to a 4U university. So there's no sports, there's no dorms, a stereotype of the community college. Even though I said that I don't go to a community college, I go to a college. There's a difference. I don't know what it is. But girl, you could just compensate that with joining a club or doing the work study program, or you could use your resources to the max to meet and make new friends. Like, you go to a tutoring center to build up friendships, because honestly, like in those tutoring centers, it's usually the same people that go there. So like if you go pretty frequently, you're just gonna eventually start seeing the same people. So like naturally you're just gonna start getting closer and closer to those people, and that's how you make friends. Also, try to build a connection with your professor and people that are in your future field.
I don't know what's going up with my storage. Like usually, like as you guys know, halfway through my video, my phone storage usually gets full, and like I just easily resolve that by transferring the videos to my laptop, and then I delete the videos off my phone, and then have more storage. But like this time, like my iCloud keeps on saying it's full, like, and like I've tried deleting like files even off my laptop to reduce the number of files that are in my iCloud in general, and it's still not letting me, and like I still have like a lot of talking left to do. So like yeah, just bear with me. So this is a part of my room that like I've never recorded in this angle, but since I said, guys, I have to tie my hair up, and I'm sitting on the cold tile, so maybe this is God's plan, like saying, girl, you need to sit down in that cold tile to like get some heat, to get some like coldness in your body, because it was so.
So like I was saying,
this is sounding like I'm telling you like, oh, find friends that you could like benefit off of. No, it's not like that. Like be friends only with people you genuinely like vibe with. Don't just be in it like no matter, like just don't be in it for the benefits, because no, that's not nice. When you try to look for friends, try to look for friends that like are in a mutual future field as you, so that way you're able to have connections. And what better way to work with someone than with your friends as well, and that way you guys kind of go through this journey together and help each other out. That way you guys always have like time for each other, we can say, because imagine like a friend in a completely different field, they're going to be busy doing their like career stuff, and then you're going to be doing your career stuff, so that way you guys have something to bond over and spend time with. You're able to like study together and all that. Remember this, like my anatomy teacher my senior year told us, sometimes you could be the most qualified person in the world, but sometimes it just depends on who you know. Because he said that he literally got his teaching position like this because he knew someone that worked in my public school K through 12 school system. So he said there's probably someone way more qualified to teach you guys than me, but since I knew that person. But I mean, my teacher was really good. He even won like science teacher, he even won like teacher of the year this year for my high school.
Okay, so question numero 9. Do students use any on-campus tutoring programs or writing centers? And yes, there's actually a lot of help available to you both online and on campus, which is actually really helpful during these times, especially because there's online tutors. So your professors have office hours, and that's when you're able to talk to your professors and you're able to mention anything that you want to go over with them. And then your textbook, if you purchased an online textbook, the online textbook provides several features such as video tutorials or bonus articles that aren't in the actual textbook. Okay, and then the librarians are actually available to assist you in writing essays, whether it's for research or writing citations, mainly citations. So they're there to help you either find like research articles online or textbooks, and they help you be able to fill out a citation, because as you know, when you're writing an article, if you don't cite it, copyright, and in college you could actually get like expelled, or you could face like copyright consequences. Like they don't play in.
Let's say you tell them, how would this sentence look like if I wrote blah 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 according to da la 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 la, he said la la la, and I got this information from la la la, and then they help you write your like the last page where you put the citations and all that.
There's an actual writing center where they guide you and they assist you in your essay to make sure you're doing a good job. So there is plenty of help available to you. So we're on to the last question. My number one complaint about my school. Okay, so what a nice way to end this video off by complaining. Okay, so you're not really advised about the importance of having a laptop, printer, and fast Wi-Fi, because classes in my school are mainly lecture-based. But once you get home, about 95% of all assignments either require you to use a laptop or a printer, or in all honesty, about 95% of your work is turned in online through a website called Canvas. There will be very few occasions in which you turn in a paper assignment that is like written with pen like this. And if your teacher says, give it to me like physically on paper, they're saying they want it printed, and if not, they won't even look at it. And like there's just sometimes where you just can't use a library because of jobs and responsibilities, so you use nights to work on school. And the thing is that there's just some nights where like you're just too busy, like you have your own responsibilities, so you can't really be doing homework at the library. When you sign up, you're probably thinking like, oh, okay, so like with my textbook and like the worksheets that the teacher will give me, that's just enough, and you're able to work through your assignments at night. But no, I don't have to go through these problems because I have a laptop, thank God. I have fast working Wi-Fi, I have a printer, thank God. But it's like, I know there's some people that don't, and I know that like back then, the other times, like adults could have easily like just got to school because all they did was they just stay up have late nights, pull all nighters, open up their textbooks, and do their work. Draw off their worksheets, but now times are very different. That's a really bad part about this internet revolution. Like, you feel forced to have these luxuries, because if not, then you're obsolete and you're not able to do anything. And last complaint is this whole doctoral versus professor versus teacher debate. Oh my god. When I first started college, I was so scared I was gonna accidentally slip teacher, because professors don't like it when you call them teachers. Like, some of them say it at the beginning of the course. They're like, listen, I don't care what you call me. But some are like, oh, I'm professor, I'm not a teacher, or don't call me mister, or call me doctor, and then they like get mad if you don't refer to them by like their pronoun, whatever they want to be called. And I mean, it's like, after 13 years, is it 13 or 14 years of calling someone teacher or mister or miss, you're just like kind of used to it. So all of a sudden just have to call someone professor, you're just like, I'm sorry. So there's that. You have to get accustomed to that, because I don't know what differences professor and teacher make. It's like, if anything, I feel like we should call professors our high school, elementary, and middle school teachers, because we give them the hardest time ever. And like, I only talk unless like I really know the answer, because I feel like they'd be like making like extra rude comments if you get it wrong. So it's just like, I only raise my hand unless I know it.
Because like, my sociology teacher was so dope. Like, she literally told us on the first day of school, I don't want to be called miss, I want to be called professor, I want to be called doctor. Even though that lady, bro, she's studying for her doctoral degree, and she's a college teacher, and on top of being a college teacher, she also has another part-time job. So my teacher, she got it in the bag, bro. And then she's like, and if we call her, like, she told us, call me Shannon. And if we don't call her, like, if we didn't call her Shannon, if we called her by like a teacher, like a professional pronoun, then she'd be like, what did you say? Or like, she doesn't like listen to you, she doesn't like listen to whatever you have to say to her. And then she was like, I don't know who you were talking to. And then you're like there for like a second, like, what? And then you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, Shannon.
So guys, you have made it to the end of this video, and remember, this video is in collaboration with Gricelis Polanco. Remember, I will link her video in the description box down below. Go check her video out. Everyone's college experience is different. Go show her some love. Go subscribe to her and give her video a huge thumbs up, and share her videos with your friends and family as well. So I'll see you very, very soon, my mermaynicorn, and I wish you the very best in your future college experience. See you very soon if God permits. Take care. Please don't go out, because when you go out, you're really risking making yourself sick or your family members sick. And help your local small businesses by ordering on the phone or online and getting stuff delivered to your house. Remember to disinfect it from like whatever you can. Of course, if it's food, you can't really disinfect, but like, try to like clean the top of the container, or like wash your hands once you've removed the container before like ingesting it, you know.
So see you very, very soon, my mermaynicorn. Bye! Oh my god, this is so hard. I was trying to do like the bye and then connect the other half of the heart at the same time.